Now we will learn about the positive inductive effect. The group, the atoms or group which have less power to attract electron in comparison to hydrogen atom is said to have minus. It is said to have plus I effect. The sigma electron are displaced away from the substituents X. Here, the decreasing order of positive inductive effect O minus CS3 is a tertiary, secondary, primary, CS3, deuterium, and hydrogen. Actually, this is a hydrogen. The decreasing order is this. This is in the decreasing order. Here it is in the increasing order. Here hydrogen is taken as the standard. These all groups have a greater tendency to push the electrons in the compounds. They have a more tendency to release of electrons in the compounds than the hydrogen. So these are said to have positive inductive effects. As in these compounds, Y is taken as a positive inductive effect groups. This is releasing the electrons. Positive inductive effects have a can influence only 3 carbon atoms. So it is represented as a minus minus minus, as this is a electron releasing, so del plus. This is a gaining electrons. Now it is a more electrons, it is represented as a del minus, double dash minus, triple del minus. It is gaining electrons, it is losing electrons, so it is shown del plus. And need to be think about this is only electrons of sigma electrons will be influenced. Sigma bonds electrons will only influence, pi bonds will not influence by the inductive effects. And this actually here is shown Y, but actually here I have shown in the example Y. This is a Y. Y atoms are substituted, means in place of Y maybe O minus. In place of Y maybe O minus, then this will influence similar way. This will influence, if it in Y place, if it O minus, then this will influence this electron in this direction. Not hydrogen atom is used as a standard for comparing tendency of electron attractions repulsion in both positive and negative inductive fact. Inductive fact of hydrogen assumed to be approximately 0. Hydrogen is taken as standard, so hydrogen is taken as a 0 inductive fact, approximately 0 inductive fact, but not a 0 but approximately 0 inductive fact. And hydrogen is taken as a standard for comparing that the compounds and group which positive inductive fact, here negative inductive fact. Now we will learn some examples of positive inductive fact and negative inductive fact. Here this example is S plus. It is a plus, so it will attract electrons. It will work like a electron withdrawing group. So it is so negative inductive fact. So the electrons is coming from this side. This is shown the electrons coming from this chain. So in this way we can show the positive and negative inductive fact. We have to give an arrow direction to show the negative inductive fact. Here oxygen electron withdrawing group, so it will attract the electrons in this direction. Here only I am shown only sigma electrons will attract. Here this electrons will attract in this directions, and in this directions. And here this oxygen will attract electron by this arrow. Now this oxygen will attract electrons from this way. Oxygen will attract electrons, and in this pi bond is there, but only this will attract electrons. Here nitrile will attract electrons. This way this will attract electrons. In this way they will attract the electrons, and inductive fact is shown. This compounds bromine will attract the electrons. This is shown in this way. This is shown. Here this nitro group will attract electrons. This will push the electrons, and this way the only sigma electrons will come, and this way they will attract the electrons. Now fluorine will attract the electrons. This is shown this direction fluorine come, this direction fluorine will attract the electrons. It is showing the negative inductive effect. This oxygen will attract electrons in this way, and this way they will attract the electrons. Here this will attract the electrons, this will attract the electrons. Here is the same thing, is the same group. This will attract the electrons. Only sigma electrons will participate. Now we will learn about the important features of inductive effect.